Greetings everyone. Today I play rapid chess and share my thinking as we go. You can probably use these thinking methods in your own games. So pay attention how much I think, where I think, how much I calculate, and what are the key points in different positions. The second goal is that we are quite close to my peak rating, so probably we can break it today. Let's see how it goes. Welcome. The first game, okay, we have black pieces. I think I played against him or her, I don't know. Yeah, it was in the last stream on Friday, and I had very good positions, but somehow it was psychologically hard to play against him because somehow I couldn't understand his moves and so on. If you want to look one video, I made one video about my game against him. You can find it from our channel, and maybe you can understand why this position, I mean this opponent is quite hard to meet in this game now. Okay, let's see. I would like to concentrate thinking. This is quite normal. Black is at least okay here. This double pawns is not a big deal if I can protect it like it is here. So no problems at the moment. But might be if bishop goes here. So maybe I start with this and c6, maybe with the idea to get my knight on c4. Okay, let's start with knight a5. Queen c2, okay, let's see. Maybe c6. But how to get this knight out if I want to develop it somewhere? Maybe I can regroup my pieces. Okay, but I start with this. I think my knight is doing quite okay here, because the plan is to go here. Oh, okay. Quite normal. If I play this too early, then there's b3 to prevent knight c4. So maybe I just I do this now. Okay, there's some downside because b4 is then hanging. But maybe I can do this still, because there's knight f5 and I can trade queens, but is it really a good idea? Maybe it's not. Okay, I start with... Okay, I start with this. I think I can even play b3. Maybe it's not a good idea, actually. Yes. Okay, queen c5. as I expected. Okay, let's trade queens. And then it's not so easy to attack to b4. I think so. Okay. And what now? Maybe f6. Oh, but the plan is to play g4 maybe. Okay, but then there's some weaknesses. I think so. So probably I can handle this. Very, very surprising again. What is the plan behind this move? This is what I meant. It's very hard to understand why he plays this kind of moves. Okay, maybe the plan is to play something like a3. But this move looks very passive and also quite bad. Okay, let's see. I would like to play b6 now, get my knight on d6. And then maybe I can play c5 in a right moment. Okay, what he's planning? Maybe something like that. Okay, can I attack on king's side? Maybe I can. This is quite good looking plan for black. Other idea might be just try to push, but maybe it's too dangerous. There's some weaknesses and it's not clear that g5, g4 is doing enough. Even this plan looks quite interesting. I could sacrifice piece and try to create play, but let's keep it simple. I just develop because I think these moves are not dangerous for black at least. Okay, maybe he can take and play rook here. I have to retreat. And okay. Okay, I regroup my pieces now. Okay, I have to do something with the a pawn. Okay, if I take here, then b pawn and a pawn will be traded, and actually it's good for white. So let's try to keep things easier. I tried, if b4 happens, then I will play b5, but if this rook move happens, then maybe rook here. Is there a bishop? Aha, okay. Okay, maybe b5 to make it clear that okay, maybe this one first. If this trade happens on a file, I think I'm still at least fine. Okay, I will trade, or should I? Maybe I should. And then queen here, maybe knight here. The idea is to take here, I guess. Okay, what now? Okay, he can play e5 because there's a pin again. But he didn't do that. Okay, let's see. Okay, where to put this knight? Maybe a5 is not a good option, so I think this is the only move here. But then e5 is a good option. And now e5 is again a move. This is I don't know. I can't understand this opponent at all. It seems to me that he's playing very well. For example, here, but in the first 10 moves or something like that, there was many moments that I couldn't understand why those moves are played. But let's see. Good morning. Welcome. Okay, there might be sacrificing plans on e6. Yeah, e3, I mean. Let's see. I would like to check this game. For example, here, why to play this move and then bishop goes back? I can't see the point. And this trade again, using 3 moves, and it's very hard to play against this kind of opening because you know that this is not correct way to play, and the opponent has still 2300 something. Okay, black is already a bit better, and this trade also helps to develop this bishop. And then queen here. What is this? Okay, it hits here, but queen is not well placed on b3. So queen here is very natural. Okay, but I didn't do that. Somehow I played knight c6, but I think I was explaining those previous games what I played against him, and that's why I played kind of natural Rakosin type of move, but it's much better to play here, and then my knight can find better squares, maybe. Okay, but at least knight d7 is better than knight c6 in these kind of structures where white usually plays e3, and black has pawns like this way. Okay, this pawn can be here or here, but still. Okay, now it's a bit better for white. I went wrong. I think this is very unhuman move. It's computer's second line. This is also second option. Okay, here I realized that I can't really get this A file, and then when rook goes here, I might be in trouble. And here white is clearly better. And I think I had same feeling than when I played against those bots, you know, in Tuesday's streams. And that's why it was kind of hard to concentrate in this game. And I think I had similar feeling also in last stream on Friday when I played against him. So we have 3 draws thus far. Okay, he's losing against the 2,300 players, 2,400 players, but somehow I can't beat the guy. Even I think I have had winning positions and good positions, but somehow it's very hard to play against. Maybe it's psychologically hard opponent for me, I don't know. But there is something that makes me feel uncomfortable in these games. Anyway, let's see. There was probably sacrificing chance. It was move 19, or yes. Here, can I sacrifice here? Of course, this is quite typical plan, but not at the moment. King can go here. After king f1, I can play bishop f5. And if bishop takes, then there's probably... Oh, there's only perpetual check. I mean, this kind of plan. And if king goes here, then rook can enter if white wants more with g3. So, but king d1, and then there's no chance to win. Hello, I would like to play. I mean, I can play on Thursday against you. I'm playing with viewers on Thursdays, so then we can play. Today I try to play good rapid chess, but this first game wasn't the best one. Okay, let's play more. Probably this opponent is a young player, future grandmaster. Is the name of the account. At least he's playing good openings. That is a good start for that journey. E6 is interesting line. H5, yeah, okay. Maybe A4 stops B5 might be the easiest plan for white, but maybe there's no chance to castle long then, so I would like to keep that option open. Okay, let's see. Okay, there is no g4 now, but maybe I can just castle and play this plan with a little bit slowly. I mean, okay, I think I have to stop the plan. Now okay, king b1 might be too slow. If I would like to do this, then h4 is the move. Rook g1 might be a choice. Of course, this is very useful move, but I think black might get ready for d5. And that's why I would like to stop it. But how to do it? Maybe g3, h3, g4, because now d5 is not option yet. I can play e5, and then we have French structure where white is having good version, because f4, f5 is very quick, and h5 is weakness. There's no chance to castle here. Okay, let's see, maybe rook g1, because I need that move anyway. G4 is not an option yet, because there's e4 is hanging, and I have to be careful with this sacrifice also. So okay, but let's follow the plan. It's not so easy to get these pawns forward, because b5 is hanging in every variation, and b4 sacrificing plan is probably too much, but maybe d5 is an option here, even though black's king is in the middle, but still this bishop can join into attack, and it's not so clear how I can open the center. Maybe taking here twice and knight f5, because if pawn takes, then bishop is hanging. If bishop takes here, okay, that might be a tactical problem. Okay, but now d5 is not anymore dangerous, because I think I can play e5. Of course, I have to be quick here. The idea is to get pawn here to break this pawn structure. So I think I have to play g4 now, and there's no reason to think too much, because I can't really calculate those lines. There's so many options for black, but at least e5 I can jump here, d5 I have e5 or g5. If knight jumps here, it's very obvious that I will take this one, and that's why I'm not going to move this bishop, because if I do something like bishop e2, I'm wasting time, because I have to be ready for bishop takes c4 in any case. Okay, let's see. Maybe g6, even though it looks a bit strange, but still, if I can do this, usually it gives white very good prospects to attack. White king is weak, g file is open, this knight is a monster here, and so on. Well, I think d5 or g6. Okay, knight d7 is also a good option, because if I play g5, then there's time for g6, but I think I should do this in right away to prevent bishop f6, and now g6 is a real threat. I think he can't really play knight e5, because g6, if knight takes, I can take here, and there's This knight will drop after after pawn takes e6. Okay. Now this might be an interesting option if I can create some tactics, but these knights are well defended. I mean, this knight defends this and the rook is not hanging. Of course, this plan is very natural, but if rook takes here, I have to be ready for this typical plan, but actually now I can have these kind of tactics. So f4 is my choice if there's nothing wrong with that plan. I think if knight jumps here, I can cover this pawn with bishop d3. Okay, knight c4, but then I have more time. I can take and push f5. e6 is weak, so let's go with f4. And now I'm already here. Okay, there's few other options. Maybe queen here. But then I can't really play f5 because this pawn is pinned. So I think I have to do this immediately or after bishop d3. But this looks much better because if knight jumps here, then c file is closed. And this gives me some options also to put rook on h1 and take this file. I think f5 is already a big threat now. e5 is an interesting counterattack idea, but maybe it's too much. I think so. I can take here and even knight here. Oh, but then okay. Well, maybe if knight takes, I can take with c pawn. Queen f2 might be a good chance to create some tactical ideas with e5 or f5. Maybe rook here. Okay, d5. Okay, should I take it or not? I think maybe not, because after these trades, bishop is very well here. Defense and create some attacking plans as well. If I play e5 now, it's very closed. Center is closed, but maybe I can sacrifice here or play f5 and sacrifice there. So e5 looks actually quite tempting, but is this really working? Maybe not. After g takes, I have g6. After e takes, I have e6. Okay, why not e5? If knight takes, I think I have to take with the queen. Knight jumps here, f5. Okay, e5 is hanging. Maybe it's not working. And if I take this one, do I have time for f5? Can I do this immediately? Pawn takes. If I sack the bishop and then take here, probably it's good for black. Yeah. Maybe queen f2 actually, because then there is tactical plans. If pawn takes or knight takes, I can take here and maybe even here. Queen is entrapped. Yeah, This looks very interesting. I can take this with the rook, and if pawn takes, this double threat gives me chance to win the queen. Okay, there might be some tactical plans with bishop here, but still, this knight is between. I think I have time for this. And now these knights might get in trouble as well. This is very standard tactical shot in Sicilian. I can take here, take 2 pawns, and create play against the king. Also h-file might give some play, f5. This is very interesting. I don't know how good this is, but I think white should be at least fine. Now b6 is hanging in these lines. Okay, let's see. Knight c4 is of course a good move. Okay, I have to speed up, but maybe f5 immediately. Then I can take here, knight e3, and so on. Okay, I have to push. And this, that one, and okay, it's not checkmate yet, but very close. There's only square for the queen. So I think this line is winning for... Am I missing something? I don't think so. Queen here, the only move. Then this one, taking here, queen, checkmate. Oh, there's knight e5. But still. Okay, that it's quite hard to evaluate that line, but still. I think my king is quite safe, and black's king is in danger after knight g7. Of course, maybe queen sacrificing plans might work, but I mean, there might be some practical chances, but this looks very good for because checkmate is already here. Okay, knight e5, but can I just put more pressure? This will drop. Every piece is attacking. Okay, this might blockade everything, but let's see. Do I have at least perpetual? A g7 actually, rook here, another pawn to g6. Okay, let's try it, because if king goes here, I can take f7. Okay, it's actually, I think it's winning now. Okay, let's take it. And what now? Maybe he will take here. I will take here, and then it's checkmate. Okay, let's do that. I'm not going to take this one. Okay, bishop can't take. And g6 is coming. If rook takes, g6, I can take here and play queen f6 because there's checkmate. Oh, there's checkmate on f8 already. So no knight e5 after g6, and this okay. Am I missing something? I don't think so. So let's take this one. This is also a choice. If rook, of course not, because, but I can take this with the queen. h7, e8. Okay, let's see the game. What is the computer evaluation? Hello, welcome. By the way, there is a poll in the chat. Feel free to vote if you want. Okay, it seems that there is viewers who have been every time here. Thank you for that, and of course I would like to say welcome to new faces. Okay, this one went quite well. 94.8. A3 is probably needed, because if I don't do that, black might have chance to play b4. These lines are quite tricky to play, because then there might be good counterplay. It's very hard to evaluate when there is enough or when not. So when white plays this way, it's not so easy to get flank attack with a5, b4 plans. Of course, black's main plan is to play d5 in a right moment, when in this e6, d6 line. Okay. This is probably the hardest moment in this game, because I wasn't sure should I use one move with this king move. It's very useful, but still, can I do this immediately, or should I do this? Slow plan, but is there anything black can do? I don't know. It seems that according to the computer, black could play something. Okay, d5 is already an option. I think I was thinking how to react against this plan. After knight b6, I have e5, but there is no e5 at the moment, so d5 is probably the best option. And after these trades, bishop is quite well placed, and now I think I can play knight f5. I wasn't sure what happens after knight f5, but usually this kind of trade is good for white. We have bishop pair, very open position, and if white can trade this bishop, then it's also quite good. If while black takes here, okay, white can create very strong attack. The plan, the key factor is that queen f2 drops the bishop, and then white is clearly better. Black king is so weak. Okay, I played f4 here. Seems to be correct. According to the computer, white might play f5 immediately. This is very hard to evaluate when this works or not. After this plan, okay, knight covers c2, so we can still take here, because if rook takes, we can take and take on d8. But who can calculate this kind of lines? Maybe no one. Okay. At least not in rapid chess. G7 opening with black pieces. Of course, you can do that, but maybe it's better to play e4, e5. Of course, maybe it's in the first steps. If you play g6, bishop g7, and so on, maybe it's easier to get pieces in play. But when you are playing something like 20 games or more, maybe you can find better openings. But of course, modern defense or Pirc defense are not weak openings, but not the best either. Okay, queen f2 is the best here, and then taking with the rook, and the plan is to play f5 is not the best according to the computer. Okay, queen b6, but it's very hard to find that kind of move, you know, to put your queen here. And now it gives blunder mark for that move. But here, oh, was it queen d6? Okay, queen d6, and then white can take here. F file is open. We can take here. Counterplay. This is very, very unclear. Okay. White should take here first. After bishop takes d5, just king b1. And maybe there's tactical chance to play f5, because this might get broke after e takes f, because knight can take here and there's two pieces attacking to d5. So f5 might be the key idea here for white. Okay, anyway, this is mistake, of course, a big mistake, because then white is just winning with standard sacrificing plan. This helps to avoid this blockade, and now there's many ways to win, but this is probably the easiest one. Okay, let's play more. London system. I tried to play this plan. I played this I think in few different games, and this might be a new idea. I haven't seen this plan before. The idea is to provoke knight c6 and then bishop b7, and I can castle long. And now there's tactical chance to play knight e4. Okay, maybe not anymore after c3, but or can I do it? Now, because knight will jump on c file. So if I take and play knight e4 or knight e4 immediately. Knight e4 immediately. Maybe f5 or taking here knight c5 if some trade happens now. This looks quite interesting. Thank you. It was a nice attack. Is there a chance to try to pin this knight? But my plan was to take here with the bishop, and I can castle short or long. I don't know yet which one to choose, but it depends what white does here. And now I have to take this with the bishop, but I think this is completely fine. I can castle. If bishop takes here, then I can take this g7, but the other option is to play c6 now. Bishop has to move, and I can take here, and maybe g5 will get weak. This pawn is not getting weak, I think so, because c5 later. So maybe c6 is actually very good for black. If I take here, queen g5, queen d6, and okay, I have at least b5 and rook d8. Queen here. It's getting tricky. It's getting tricky, but I can take here between. Queen takes. Oh, okay. This is critical moment. I think I have to take here, but what to do after that? Is rook d8 the best? Or queen g5, queen d6. c6 is hanging. If I take on g2, bishop takes, I have to trade, and then I'm in trouble. At least there's perpetual. So this plan is not working. Of course, I can just castle, because bishop has to retreat, but then there's bishop pair, and it's not so easy to play. Or maybe I can just push f5. If white castles, then I might have a chance to create attack on king's side. My position is quite solid, but of course this looks very tempting. Rook d8, queen g4, and that is a problem, because then I don't have queen g5, e4 is hanging. So maybe I have to castle. Okay, why not? If queen comes here, then f5, and I will take here. Maybe bishop can go here to prevent castling, or at least here. Of course, c6 is hanging at the moment, so have to be careful. But what is the white's plan after bishop somewhere? If I follow with this plan, f5. Maybe g4. And bishop can go here. H-file is open. This diagonal can give some chances for white later. Maybe rook here, rook d8 I mean, and then c5. Or should I try to prevent castling? This is also a critical moment. Oh. E5 is an option, of course. I think I'm thinking too much now, because I'm pretty sure that there will be those moments where I need some time. Okay, I play a5 here. My plan is to create chance to do this if white plans to go that flank. Okay, now it's there. So I start with f5. If f3, then my knight can jump here, maybe c5. Have to be careful not to lose exchange with c5 takes and something, but of course I don't want to open this position too much. Now it's clear that I'm not going to do this anymore. Rook c8 might be useful if I can put my bishop here, but maybe I should keep it here because there's a chance that this diagonal will be important later when I play c5 and try to push f4, e3 and so on. Okay, white plays that way. It seems to me that I can trade and bring my knight here, but if I trade here immediately, okay, I think he can't really take with this pawn because e3 is hanging, so let's take here. And now knight jumps. Oh, c6 is hanging, so I have to defend that one first, but I think I can just put knight here and c5, and this bishop is very strong. Of course, white has bishop pair, but still. I have to speed up a bit because time trouble is already looming. c5. Okay, what is the plan with queen f4? Maybe not bishop d5. Okay, let's play that way. My plan is to put queen on b7, or I can take here. c3 is hanging, c2 is hanging. So this was kind of a provoking move because I think queen is doing nothing on d6. I can probably take this pawn after queen g3, for example. If I take this pawn, b2, p3, I take here. Okay, rook goes here, so actually I can't take this pawn. Or maybe I can if I just play a4. Okay, what is this? c4. Am I winning this pawn? Oh, e6 is hanging as well. But still, this looks very natural. I keep this bishop. It's very good, better than this one. I think my knight and bishop are doing better than white's bishop pair, so I don't want to trade this knight either. But let's see. If I take here, he can take here, and then this position gets open. Maybe it's too open, or maybe not, actually. I can take here, then I'm winning 2 pawns. But should I do something else? Yeah, because he can take this one as well. Okay. Rook c6, or rook here. Okay, now I think I have to calculate this line. There's checkmate red. e3 is weak as well. So I think I have to go here and White's king is getting more weak than my king. Bishop takes here. There's checkmate red after rook takes f5. Oh, that kind of move. Okay. There's lots of counterplay now. Probably this wasn't the best line for me. Yeah, this looks actually very critical. I have to trade queens now if I have a chance. But still bishop pair with that kind of rook. This is not easy. Actually, maybe this is better for white. That was clearly wrong plan. I should keep those pieces on the board. Oh, bishop f5, and I'm going to lose exchange back. I think so. Bishop c7, and this is not working. Okay, what to do now? Bishop goes here. It's too strong. Okay, maybe I try to trade these rooks and then create counterplay somehow. I think it was probably a mistake to do that. I mean, white should have do something else. Okay, if I take here, bishop f4, check. Okay, let's see. E3 is hanging at. Oh, maybe G. Oh, not that. Then there's checkmate on E5. Well, maybe check here. Now I have at least 2 passers, and that might give some chances for me. But probably I should take the draw if I can. King f1 was better, I think so. But I can't play g5. Maybe white is winning still. There's no moves. Nasty pin. Very nasty pin. What can I do? I can't move my pieces now. Oh, terrible. Okay, let's try to make perpetual check. Bishop goes here and here. Okay, I can cover this square, but maybe he can push this after bishop e4, and then it's not an option. I offer draw. Let's see. I think it's the only chance here. h5, queen here, but I can't move my knight or this pawn, and that's why this is just losing. some plans. Bishop e4, queen here. Oh, bishop comes here. Okay. Oh, there's no pin anymore. I forgot that. Crazy position. Who is winning? Maybe this is draw, actually. But of course, now I'm the one who can win this. Okay, now I'm winning. Okay, it wasn't the best game from my side. Okay, let's see a few key moments from the game. It seems that this but it's very hard to play. Maybe I should analyze this a bit more because I haven't. This is just a plan what I had during one game, and I have tried this a few times. This is what I was aiming for, because now if for example, if bishop takes, then there is very good outpost if I can do this. Also, it's quite safe to castle long here. Of course, taking with the knight is probably most natural, but in these lines, this bishop might get out of play. I can castle long again, and this is great outpost for the knight. And okay, what did I do? I did this first, and then it's not similar, but yeah, because white can take with the bishop. If I take here, white can't really take with the bishop, because then I can take and put my knight on d7 now. It's better than e4, because e5 is weak. This diagonal will be for this bishop, and knight c5, bishop here might give some chances, even c5, c4 in some cases, but it's not the main plan, because it's very hard to play d4 after that, and it blocks this diagonal and gives this square for the knight. So much better is just play without that. E5 is a weak, and there's no real chance to play F4, I guess. Okay. This is a good way to play. And there is another idea. If queen goes here, then we can take with the bishop. And this is tactical plan. Knight e4. This is very easy to miss, because if pawn takes, if knight or bishop takes, pawn takes back, and then we can use this queen b4 check. There's a pin, and queen can take e4 after c3. And this works also when knight takes on c3. Quite nice. So, what to do with white pieces? Maybe bishop b5 or just castling, but then I think I can just take here and put my knight on e4. And again, I can castle long and try to create strong play on king's side. This is something else than what we see usually in London against London system, and that's why I think I will try to make this variation work. Maybe I play this in Title Tuesday tournament and try to find good wins against good opponents. Let's see. Let's play more. Okay, e4. Rui Lopez. So no Marshall, because d6 is already there. White tries to play d4, and we prevent bishop g4, which can be black's best move after d4. Okay, h6 prevents knight g5. We can do this. Knight goes here and here. If knight jumps here, we have bishop c2. Maybe bishop f8 now, because it creates a plan to take here, knight here, and then e4 might drop. But I think we are ready for that after knight g3, because then we have knight, rook, and bishop, and it's enough to defend this pawn. Okay, g6, maybe a4 now. Standard plan in Rui Lopez. g6 is quite good. It stops knight f5, and also this bishop goes this long diagonal. Okay. And this plan is usually good after a4, because there is no a3 anymore, so knight can be here. That might be a good place, or maybe not. Sometimes it's not so good, but here it might be at least good enough. Now I think I can try to use this diagonal and e5 plan. My plan is to play e5, but not immediately, because if I play e5, then he can take and trade queens, and then there is no power. I mean, I don't have enough pieces for king's attack, so maybe bishop d2 first. It hits here. Can I sacrifice this pawn and then push e5? Actually, queen can take there. In those lines, I think it would be very dangerous to take this b2. Okay, maybe knight can jump c4, but it's still... maybe it's not so good, actually, yes. But I would like to get my queen on this diagonal, but... Okay, one option is to take here. Trade rooks, and if queen takes, then e5. But there's also bishop takes f3 intermediate move, and I can't take because queen trade will happen. I don't want to take with g-pawn. This is a critical moment in this game, but what should I do? It's not so easy. I can block this diagonal, but it blocks also this diagonal. So, and e4 is hanging at the moment, so what to do? e5 might actually work if I take this with the knight. It hits here, but of course black can put something on d5. If I do this, I can take here if he takes here, but it's very hard to say who is having edge after those trades, because my knight is hanging. Well, this looks still very interesting. Knight takes b2, queen c2, c4, takes, taking e4. Okay, it doesn't work. Queen d2, c5. It's not working. Okay, can I sacrifice this exchange? e5. Doesn't look good. Okay, maybe I have to play d5 and try to create e5 plan later. Or then knight h4 might be a choice. If I take here immediately, yeah, it breaks this king side more than my king's position, so I think I can do this. And then I might have chance to put knight on f5 if king goes here. Okay, I try this one. This is a bit risky decision, but let's see. Oh, was there tactical chance to take here and queen b3 because knight is hanging? But there was knight d5, and after bishop takes d5, I think it's good for black. But here, okay, this stops my plans, but also e4 is now ready for e5 plans. Yeah, if knight jumps here, I can take here in between, because then this diagonal works very well. So I take here. If he takes, I will take. Now I have to speed up, but I think this works perfectly. If pawn takes, my knight jumps here, and then this is very good for whites, because this diagonal is blocked and great outposts, and I think I can use this diagonal later. My plan was to take on f8, but let's see. Oh, is it getting trapped? No, I think I can take here. Oh, now I can take here because bishop g, queen g4 checkmate plans. Also, rook can join into action. Maybe he missed this one. I don't have to take on f8. Oh, I didn't see that one. Okay, some problems. And f2 is hanging as well. Okay, if I take here, f7 is weak spot, but queen here. Okay, this is not working at all. Too bad. I thought that I was playing very well, but it seems to me that that's not the case. Uh-oh. What can I do? Okay, I have 2 pawns for peace if I play bishop e3. What else? Can I do this? And there's only check. King goes here. This is not good at all. I don't know what to do. Knight d7. I take here and knight d7. It's better to keep that knight. Is it? Well, might be. Okay, I start with this. Maybe this was a wrong choice. If queen takes knight d7, rook here, I can take and bring my rook in play. Is this hanging in some lines? Maybe. I think that is the only chance. Because there is some tactics. I think this might be a mistake, even though there's some moves, some plans. Okay, maybe black is just winning, but not so easy to find the best moves. I think this check is not a good idea, and this was a mistake. But let's see. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Queen will go here. Aha. What about bishop d2 now? Okay, maybe I'm going to lose exchange, but if nothing more, I can create play. There might be kingside attacks and so on, but let's see. At least I have some threats as well. Okay, there is perpetual, but I think black should play for more. And I think he will. Knight here, queen here. Then I'm quite happy. Knight f6, bishop c2. I have some chances. Okay, maybe this is just killer plan. How to defend against it? I don't know. Maybe there is no defense. Queen here. Maybe it's working. Oh, after queen f2, I can play this way, and there is no perpetual. I will do that, because I think there's good practical chances to create attack now. He lost his momentum. Knight f2. Should I put queen here? Maybe not. Knight f6 first. And then I try to find some moves. Queen here takes. Queen here. It's checkmate, almost checkmate, or it is actually. Okay, this might win immediately. How to prevent all those threats? Maybe I can't. Maybe queen here takes, and then there is no king f1. He can check. Maybe I can do this. Okay, at least bishop b4 gives some extra options. Oh, king here. This will drop. Now I have king d2 at least. Maybe a queen d2. It's not so easy to put. Maybe. Oh, what is this? Is he just losing now? I think that was bad blunder. I can take here. Now I'm winning again. Oh no, chess is hard. And this was already, it was wrong square because this goes with check. Too bad. Okay, I was lucky. Queen trade. Let's see. I think there was interesting moments. I think I had good chances, but then something went wrong. This is normal. Okay, I could start with h4 now. These moves are very hard to find because usually you don't want to allow this, but when bishop is not here, then h4 might be a good idea. The plan is to get pawn here and knight square on f5. Sometimes you can even sack the pawn, I think quite often, and if h5 happens, then you have g5 square for your knight or bishop. Okay, here I tried to find bishop d2 and rook e3. That might work actually. Yeah, it's working. But I didn't find queen b1, and the idea is that bishop is hanging. Okay, now this is very interesting, because we can take this one. Okay, and that's why knight can't jump on d3, and that's the key. Of course, I should have... okay, it's very hard to find that plan with this time control, but anyway, if after bishop d2 we can push e5, and that's the main point. Well, maybe it's not according to the computer, but this was my plan, and here we could probably take... okay, not here, because c4. But of course, bishop can take here, and then this pawn structure is quite good for white. Maybe even d5 gives some edge. But e5 is more natural. Now queen trade is not a problem, because these pawns are weak, and maybe we can push e5. Or rook d7 is actually winning. Or maybe it's not. But okay, white is clearly better here, because e5 is a kind of extra pawn. These double pawns are weak, and e6 can break position. Rook d7, knight here, and so on. This knight will join into action when g6 drops. This is quite typical plan in Ruy Lopez. Okay, I didn't see that one, but still e5. This is working. It's brilliant, but somehow I made wrong decisions. Okay, this is still winning. Okay, this is a mistake. Oh, this is winning still. But of course, I should do this, because this looks very straightforward way to get winning position. Taking e4, and then everything works. Okay. How this is so good? I could even trade queens here. Take on f8. Okay. Okay, I have 2 rooks and 2 pawns for knights. Yeah, this bishop is quite bad, and these pawns might get strong later. Okay, that was clearly misevaluation from me. Okay, let's see. Still winning. This is unbelievable. I thought that I'm going to lose this one, but somehow... Okay, this is at least a mistake. I should play knight d7. Okay, this is losing. I should play this one. And now it's only equal because why black can take these checks. Now I'm winning again. Okay, chess is hard. Somehow I thought that I was losing after bishop takes h6, queen h4, and so on. Okay, let's play more. C4. Okay, maybe white is aiming for kind of Marochi bind position, but okay, we could just play e5, but I think this is still quite okay. Maybe e5 was needed actually if I want to play the best way. Okay, now we got this accelerated dragon position. What is a bit better for white, and sometimes it's very hard to find good plans for black, but let's see. Yeah, I was losing, at least I thought so, but sometimes there is tricky lines. Okay, let's play standard way, like this way. Knight jumps here. We try to push b5 in the right moment and so on. Of course, white is very solid here. f4 is not coming yet, and maybe b5. We have enough time for b5. If this happens, then knight can jump here. If we take here, there's intermediate move, and that's why we need rook here. Now this plan might work. Queen trade is kind of okay. Plan for black. Okay, queen b2, and then what we can do, bishop c6 is quite common idea, but b4. e6 d5 might work here because it's not so easy to make some pressure on d6, and I think I can push d5. There's tactical plans, so maybe this is working. The idea is to play d5, sacrifice one pawn, and get strong threats. I think d5 is already an option. I'll have to play that move immediately, otherwise white can regroup, and then there is nothing. Okay, should I take here between? It hits here. If bishop takes, then I can retreat and probably play that kind of plan. Or should I do this? There's knight f5, and then my bishop, this knight can trade the bishop, so queen b6 is not working. Queen d8 might be the best. There are still plans with this queen c7. There's tactical problems, so I think this is the only plan. This might work actually, as I said, and then queen somewhere here. There's no time to take, so bishop has to go back. e5, this is hanging, and then d4. Okay, let's see that option later after the game. It's a very interesting one, but I think it's not working. I'm going to lose 2 pawns, and he is losing only 1 pawn, and that's why this is the best practical chance. Now if he takes here twice, then we have at least this tactical idea. We take on f3 and rook takes e3. Actually, that is the reason why rook is well placed on e8 in those lines where white has f3, e4, and black's plan is to play d5 in the right moment. By the way, there is a poll in the chat. Feel free to vote if you haven't. And it seems that we have viewers that have been here every Monday. Thank you for that. I really appreciate your support. And also welcome to those who are first time here. This is probably the most critical moment in this game because everything will be clear after these tactical moments. At least we have lots of things are happening here in few moves. I think black is doing well. There's some important tactical prospects for black. I was thinking, can I sacrifice exchange here, take here, take here? My queen is hanging. Is this an option? I think he will take here and try to get knight d5, and that is a good choice for him. So I have to try to create some play against that plan. Maybe taking here, and then something else than knight takes e4, because then there's option to go in the end game, which is of course white's favor. So something else, but what is that? What we can do? Can we do anything? Taking on e4, knight takes e4, trade, queen here, trade. Okay, that might be actually quite equal, which is probably fine in this position, because if we try more, then there is risk that white is having much better chances. So, okay, taking here, knight takes here, everything is covered. So maybe this is the way to play. Let's see. And then queen b6 to break this pin, pinning the knight, and yeah, queen c5. We can take, knight takes c5, maybe even bishop c8. Everything is fine. Maybe rook e1. Then f4 is a threat. So maybe bishop here, it hits the rook. But knight is c5. So this square is covered by the knight. Queen c5 might be the best, because white's king is a bit weaker than black's. So queen c5 looks very natural to me. I think I don't have any options I have to trade. The knight goes here. Maybe there is some chances to play knight d5 because there is attacking prospects. Okay, this trade is obvious. We don't have to think it. But now there might be some options. Okay, this is hanging after f4. So is there a knight d5 or not? Bishop takes. Bishop c8. It's very solid, but rook e1. And then there's a pin. Maybe king f8. Then we have at least knight d7. Okay, that looks fine. Let's do that. Because it also... okay, maybe this bishop is a bit passive. But maybe white's position is a bit loose. I think I'm fine here. Let's see. This bishop might be very good. There's prospects. Knight d5. King f8. And if there is no f4, of course there is, but we can do something like this, or knight d7. Everything works. There is no bishop f4 plan, because knight d5, this bishop covers the knight. So, I think black might be even slightly better here. Of course, white pieces are very active at the moment, but if I have knight d5, then things can change quickly. Okay, I didn't see this one, that one, but maybe knight c6 hits here. Oh, there's b5, and then bishop goes here. Okay, maybe h6 first. It gives some extra options, and if bishop goes here, we can trade. Okay, let's do this. Have to be practical. Okay, knight d7 or knight here. Which one? Bishop goes here. Okay, maybe this, we should prevent that plan. Because this knight is very strong here. Knight f4 or bishop f5. Okay, we can't really move this. Okay, let's provoke that one. My plan is to play knight b4, a3, knight here, trades, and or maybe b6 is coming. Okay, but let's just trade and rook d8. That's fine. Or maybe, oh yeah, this one. I think b7 is not dropping. Quite equal. Knight will join into action. Maybe I can trade. Bishop goes here. What should I do now? Knight f4 or... it's better square, so we are not going back forwards. And then knight here or here. Yeah, it's better to take here. We can take with the knight, and there is no knight c5 after bishop d5. I mean, if a4 happens. Okay, now it's clear that we need this move. Covers these squares, and now knight of... Oh. I didn't see that one. But can we trade? Can we trade? I think we should, because we are playing with these knights. So it's better to... And now we trade bishop there. Usually it's a good idea. Okay, maybe not immediately. Let's take this way. And maybe knight f6. Trading this, and then b6, and it's this. Then this is clearly safe option. Okay. Oh, b6 is not an option here. Interesting plan. Knight d4 maybe. It goes here. My plan was to play knight f5, but let's see. I'm not sure is this good idea at all, but let's see. Might be dangerous. Dangerous for me. d4 takes. Well, let's go here. King goes here. Oh, there's bishop d7. That's a bit annoying. Okay. Okay. Problems. Oh, there's check or not. Oh, nice tactics. Nice tactics. I didn't see that one. Okay, and now he's winning. Nice. Nice played. Okay, let's see. I think it was interesting moment when I played d5. Here c5 is of course better. It prevents d4, and that is the reason why White is not playing this plan against Sicilian. I mean, of course he played, but usually after e5 position is just equal, but I forgot. I just played this way, and then we got this structure, which is quite good against accelerated dragon. Here, what we saw was d5 break, and it's the best according to the computer, and that's why bishop e2, bishop f1 is a slightly or even big mistake. Have to prevent d5 somehow. Maybe b4, maybe something else. Because after b4, queen goes here, knight here. Now d5 is not an option. Oh, actually, black can play that move, but then white is ready for it, and it's not working as well as in the game. So after bishop f1, d5. Oh, I was thinking knight takes c4, but it's not working. Queen here, bishop f1, for example, or maybe even bishop b3, e5, and now he can take here, and that's very good for white. Okay, so it was good plan to play queen d8, and then here, yeah, okay, this trade is not working. And the reason is that this queen trade is possible after rook trade. So here I played this after 3 seconds thought, and it was I should have I should think more here to find that now I can keep queens on the board, and it's good for black because black's king is more safe than white's king. So this is the better option. But still, okay, h6 is probably better idea than queen b6 immediately, because queen c5, and then this trade. But still, this is fine, of course, but then I got time trouble, and that's the reason why things went wrong. Rook d8 is still correct. Bishop e6. Here what I did this way. Trading is still good. Bishop d4. I think this plan is very natural to take this bishop pair away, and then things would be quite easy, but I played something wrong after bishop d4, but it seems that even better is to play this way and be active with these knights. Of course, that might be the way to play, but this is still correct. Okay, he plundered a piece, but I didn't see that one. Actually, it's not losing a piece, but this pawn is so strong, and that is the reason why this is winning. This is knight ending, which is quite similar than pawn ending in general, and that's why this is winning. And again b5, but somehow I wasn't sure what to do. Went kind of panic mode here. This is of course too passive, and now he's having very active king, and that is the reason why I'm losing here. Actually, I thought that I can save the game here, because if there is no bishop takes b7, I can take this one. But of course, this is also a very good choice for white. I mean that in this ending, black is struggling because these pawns are dropping, and this is so slow. Bishop keeps the pawn and attacks here, and knight and king are not on king's side. So this is the reason why black is losing there. But of course, this is brilliant way to promote the pawn, and there's nothing I can do. Okay, you can play against me on Thursday. Then I will play with viewers, so be there. I think we are done for today. Thanks for all who have been here, and thanks for voting and so on. Okay, let's continue tomorrow. See you there. Have a nice day.